All right, the Pistons go to 2-0 in Summer League, led by Jaden Ivey. We're going to focus on him today. Craig, I'll just let you start this off. Did you expect him to look this good this early with the Pistons?
No.
Yeah.
so
No, man.
so here's the thing. The first half of the first game is how I expected him to look. And that was, he was playing at full throttle all the time. And even though he was faster than everybody else, the game was still a little too fast for him, if that makes sense. So he found himself, he blew a tire a couple times. He was
Yep.
on the ground a lot and 5 turnovers. But when you see the progression over game one, we can talk more about this. And then the hot start to game two before the unfortunate injury. We'll talk about that here too. It's not super serious, don't worry. But before the unfortunate injury, like he was the best player on the court.
Yeah.
Period.
And you and I talked
Not even
about
close.
we talked about this in Summer League. We want to see that. Like we want to see if you're
Yes.
supposed to be a cut above, go ahead and do that now while the superstars of the NBA are not playing, obviously. You should be a cut above these guys if all goes well, and he is. And
Yeah.
you said it perfectly. The first half of the first game, I think it took him to say, you know what? I think he was trying to, like you said, play too fast. He was too amped up. And I was like, I can just be me and I'm better
Yep.
than these guys. And that is like, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, I can amp it down to 75%
Yeah.
and I'm still 10% quicker than everybody else here. And here's the thing. I was looking at some articles and some reports and stuff, and one of them was Paolo Banchero, is he too good to be playing in the summer league? Because he's been a force, right? And I'm telling you right now, if Jaden Ivey doesn't get hurt 5 minutes into summer league game 2, that article is Jaden Ivey too good to be playing in summer league? Because the guy came out and straight dominated. In that 5 minutes, we got off to like a 10, 15-point lead that was now going to sustain us, even though he came out of the game. He was absolutely fantastic in transition, hitting the three, everything. Like, if he can shoot, that's the thing. All right, you asked me this question, the first question you asked, did I think he would be this good? He's hit 3 threes. I know we're going to pump the brakes, but his confidence in shooting that and the fact that he's actually connecting on him with a hand in his face, with like these difficulties going on, like if that guy can shoot, wow.
His
Wow.
little semi, it wasn't a semi, it was a step back three, quick
Absolutely.
release, swish, Steph Curry-esque. Like, back in the day, you had to set your shoulders, square your shoulders, and you were like, I'm gonna shoot this three. Now, that's what you got to be able to do. And if you can do that, like
Quick
there's
little
not
tinkle
many
toe,
guys that can
twinkle
do that.
toe.
Yeah, just step back and just I have it at my waist and now it's gone. And it's like, oh my gosh. Because there was like a guy on him until he said, no, you're not on me, actually, because I'm gonna just explode backwards, shoot a three. Dude, it's just like I didn't know you could do that, Jaden. Like what I thought you could do, and the highlights we see are him exploding to the basket. And of course, those are highlights and more stuff you'll see, but that's the nuance of the game. It's not really nuance, it's big time stuff when you can shoot the three. So let me with that, Craig, let me just tell you what he did the first 5 minutes he was in.
Yes.
And you give me some thoughts on this. So he was fouled, made both free throws, switched a step back three we just talked about, assist to make a three, made an and one layup, bullet pass, assist to an and one dunk.
That was such a nice pass.
Fouled on a three, made all 3-pointers. He was plus 10 in just 5 minutes, 11 points, 2 assists. It just was awesome.
It was fantastic. And can we just say this too? On the three that he was fouled on that sprained ankle, when he was struggling walking, popped back to the line, made all 3 free throws, arguing with the team, like, put me back in, put me back in, put me back in. Like, it's like, dude, it's summer league. Calm down. You're fine.
You're good.
Like,
and
so
awesome.
It was disappointing, wasn't it, when he got hurt? Like, just all the air out of the room, and you're like, no, like this is so much fun to watch. I want 3 more games of this, and it's over just like that.
It's probably, yeah, exactly.
Probably over. Yes. Thank you.
Even he made a couple passes where he just added a little pizzazz to it that you're like, thanks. I appreciate that, just because he did it to Livers, right? And this is a small thing. Who knows if it matters, but he does this little thing to Livers. Doesn't need to, but he jumps and passes it to him. And Livers drills it. And it's like, I don't know. It's just you're looser, man. Like I just love it. It's summer league. We're having fun. We're wearing blue jerseys. I love it. But it's just a different vibe where it's like, hey, that's what he provides. This vibe and in this different. It's a college type energy in the arena. Again, even though it's summer league, it's just a buzzier thing. It's just cool and it's just a refreshing thing to have.
So I hate if we make football to basketball references sometimes,
Mm.
but to me, it's that big play mentality. And I think sometimes when you add a little flair, when you make a pass that you shouldn't make,
Mm-hmm.
when you hit that step back three that you shouldn't hit, and it just adds energy and momentum, and it's a big play. The pass that he thread the needle on, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like there are certain things where it's like, I didn't know he had that.
Mm-mm.
And you think to yourself, okay, Dwayne Casey's going to develop certain parts of his game. The passing is going to come around slowly. And there are still going to be lots of turnovers. And there's going to be nights where it's like he just went 0 for 6 from three.
Mm-hmm.
Like those things are going to happen. But to see that he's showing it already, the things that were like, all right, this is going to be a work in progress. And in 2, 3, 4 years, this guy could be like one of the best offensive players in the league. And to say, no, I'm farther than you think.
Mm.
And you said college atmosphere, and this is what I go to. All right, Matt Painter, Purdue. We've watched the Big Ten for a long time. Grind it out, use the shot clock, two bigs. And I know we make fun of Purdue for it sometimes because of the spacing. Here's what I will say. Matt Painter has always been a coach where it's like, I don't need all the thrill. I don't need you to do all these crazy things. Just make the play,
Mm-hmm.
and make it efficiently. And sometimes you wonder in a G League setting and some of the things he was doing, he got real comfortable game one, tried a weird jump behind the back pass thing. It didn't work. And
Yep.
then he had the thread the needle pass kind of in a fast break situation, or at least he created it into a fast break situation. Maybe he has a little more freedom, and he can be him a little bit than he had in college. And that could be even scarier.
Oh, I know. You and I keep going back to that, man. What if he's got a little more freedom and you never know what Dwayne Casey's like, hey, go. Maybe that's part of his coaching and development for him. It's just like
Mhm.
be you. Like you want to make that pass, you want to do this, like we want you to go for it. And that'd be awesome just to see him like really let loose. But I just am surprised that he has played so well, been loose, like you said, other than that first half where he was
First
just
half, first half,
amped.
that's it.
But you made a great point. He's like, hey, I could bring this down to 80%, be more in control, be more of a basketball player, but still be more explosive than the guys I'm playing against.
Yeah. Then he brings it down just a little bit, realizes that he still has great success. And now what he's able to do is he's able to find comfort. Basket looks a little bigger, passing lanes look a little bigger, driving lanes look a little bigger, and then he's able to notch it up 85, 90,
Mm.
95. And then what you get is he keeps getting more and more confident. Now he's playing full throttle with confidence, and you realize, oh yeah, this dude is probably too good to even be in the summer league. Like
Yes,
that's the
absolutely.
way I look at it. So he really is, even compared to guys like Isaiah Stewart who have been there. And Isaiah Stewart, he's played well.
Mhm.
I'm sure we'll talk about that in another video on why we're so excited about what the Pistons are doing. But Jaden Ivey brings a level of athleticism that you can't even talk. We have
No,
never seen this in Detroit.
no, never seen this in Detroit. You're so right. We talked about this, kind of the bad boy Pistons. That
Phenomenal
next
talent.
wave,
Yeah.
yeah, talent. The next wave was the 04. I mean, Rip Hamilton was not doing these things, right? We didn't
No.
have players doing this, so it's just cool to see.
Chauncey Billups, the original Kyle Lowry. You know, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
just
like he's just like,
steady.
I'm stronger and I have a bigger physique. And don't get me wrong, there were guys that were freak athletes. Ben Wallace was fantastic.
Mhm.
Sheed was, but they weren't this flash, like, go get a bucket. Nobody can stick with you type of talent. This is the
Oh,
new age. John Morant, Derrick Rose, John Wall. I'm throwing John Wall in there because I don't want to just do ridiculously good comparisons. De'Aaron Fox,
right.
guys that are just like, I'm faster than you. I know that I'm faster than you, and I'm gonna make things happen.
Absolutely. So we're excited. Let us know in the
So
comments
excited.
your thoughts on Jaden Ivey. We can't believe it.
He
So
fell to he fell to 5.
yeah. And we will see all of you on the next one. Make sure you subscribe. See ya.